There are 1, 2, 3, 4 gadgets that I bring with me every single time I'm doing a car photography shoot. And without these 4 gadgets, well, it'll make my job harder. These 4 gadgets actually assist me and improve my photos. And in this video, I'm gonna be explaining what those 4 gadgets are and why, as a car photographer, you need it. So the first gadget on the list is the Peak Design wristband or wrist strap. It's right here actually, let me grab it. So here's how the box looks like, and here's the photos on the back of the box. Now this right here is the lifesaver. So it's pretty easy, and what this wristband is meant for is literally when you're at a level where if you were to drop your camera, it would break. Now I would honestly keep this at all times, because usually anytime you're holding your camera that height, whether you're like 5'7", 5'8", or maybe if you're 3'1", I don't know. Either way, some heights like that are kind of fatal for the camera, and having that drop and that impact, and if you don't have insurance, oh my, you're just risking it, bro. Now, if you're a 3'1" photographer, I'm pretty sure you can get some nice little shots without bending. I can name a handful of times where if I did not have this wrist strap on, I would have broken the lens, I would have broken the body, and it probably would have flew out and hit another car during a rolling shot. I used to think I have, a grip of death every single time I'm doing rolling shots, but I can't really promise that all the time. And literally without this, I would have been doomed. So whether you're on a bridge, you're doing rolling shots, still shots, it doesn't really matter. I really recommend this to be on at all times, just in case you do have that uh-oh moment and everything falls. Now, this is a camera wrist strap, and you can find this anywhere on Best Buy, Amazon, or even at your local, I guess, like camera stores. The brand that makes these that I trust is called Peak Design. So definitely go ahead and give that a check. On to the next one. I didn't break anything, right? Ooh. So number 2 is the Polarizer, which is right here. And it's a little cool magic trick. I don't know, I just did cuts. I'm pretty sure that came out pretty bad. If you know any car photographer and they do not have any polarizers or any circular polarizer lenses, I give you 30 seconds, all right? I give you permission, 30 seconds to roast their hairline. So I gotta confess, I actually did a whole year car photography without knowing that these existed. And honestly, I regret it. Like, if you were to look at the difference between a polarizer and not having a polarizer, it's amazing. Like, the difference is astonishing. Not having a polarizer, you just get all these reflections. But having a polarizer, you can actually block out the reflections you would see on the side windows, the main windshield, and even like on the front hood of the car, and just all around it. I use this baby for every single rolling shot and still shot that I do when it comes to car photography. Now, before you just go ahead and you buy a random CPL, I would make sure to look at your lens's thread size. So all these CPLs, they have a specific thread size, and this actually screws on to the top of your lens. So you wanna make sure you have the correct size, because if you just go ahead and you buy a random one, then there's a high chance that you just bought your photographer buddy a nice Christmas gift, which is a polarizer that doesn't fit your camera. So you can look up the thread size by typing in the exact lens you have, or it should be labeled somewhere on your lens like this. So the third gadget I always bring with me is a tripod. Now, I feel like the tripod is the most undervalued or underrated tool or gadget out of all these 4, but it honestly saves me in so many shoots, especially when it comes to my night shots. So let me go ahead and bring my bad boy. So this is the tripod. I'm just kidding. So I actually don't use that tripod. I use actually something way smaller and lighter. That over here, I don't know why we have such a big tripod. When it comes to night shots and you're doing handheld, if there's not enough natural light, you're gonna have to drop your shutter speed all the way down to where you literally get enough exposure. And if you have it super low and you're doing a handheld, 9.9 times out of 10, it's gonna come out shaky and blurred. When Aston Martin let us use their DBX to do some content of, obviously it was night shots, and I had my tripod with me. Now I totally forgot that I did have it in my car, so when I was doing these handheld shots, I'm like, dude, this is a nice, somewhat lit area, but I had to, I think I was on 1/15th of a shutter speed, and literally every shot was coming out blurred. And I was like, dude, I need something still. I tried using the ground, that kind of didn't work. I was like, I don't know what else that I had that could make it a perfect still shot. And that's when I remembered I had my tripod. Set up my tripod, and I was able to capture nice, crisp shots that I wanted. And coming in for number 4 is a cleaning kit for your lens and your body. Whether you're doing rolling shots in the middle of nowhere in this dry lake desert settings, or whether you're doing rolling shots in the city, street, or still shots, you want to make sure you clean your lens because there's always dust, these small specks getting onto the top of your lens. And when you're taking photos, it could cause problems. Sometimes your autofocus might focus on those specks, or the other times it's gonna come out in the photos, but you're gonna have to Photoshop it out by using a replacement tool or something like that, because there's gonna be specks all over the card. So definitely clean your lens and clean your gear. It only costs about 15 to 30 bucks if you get a cleaning kit on Amazon, and I'm telling you it's worth it, because you don't want to be like me using your clothes to clean the lens, and next thing you know, that was a small little rock and it starts actually smearing around the whole glass, and when you think it's just dust making that, you end up spraying it and you notice you just left permanent marks. Other than that, those were my top 4 gadgets I bring with me every single time I go out and shoot. Now, if you guys have any other gadgets you bring that I didn't mention that you think they should be worth replacing one of them or adding onto this list, then you let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll be reading all the comment sections down below, of course. Now, one thing I like to mention, if you haven't followed our Instagram, go ahead and check it out. We basically give out photography tips every single day when it comes to the car world. We give our camera settings, we also give out ideas when it comes to shooting at sunset, nighttime, and just basically giving you more insight of how these photos were taken on our page. Other than that, it's Daniel from Velv Auto, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.